Hey Dev, long time no see. In this video, we're going to build an AI chatbot. We're going to use Llama Manager to fetch an AI model, set it up, and generate responses. And then we're going to wrap it into our React UI, just like your favorite ChatGPT. So let's get started. And our first step is installing Ollama on our computer. So quick note, Ollama is a platform that makes it easy for you to get and interact with large language models locally. So we're not going to use any cloud services. It's going to be all on your computer. So you can download Ollama on your computer either by using the terminal as admin, and they use an appropriate command for your OS, or by downloading the executable file and launching it. Since I already have it installed, I'm just going to check the version to make sure it's all there. So my version is 0.17.7, and now I'm going to pull the Llama model. So Ollama pull Llama 3, and now we're installing actual language model that we're going to use for our Python app. So as soon as our model finished downloading, we're ready to start our development. And our first step is actually setting up our project. Let's create a new directory named client, mkdir client, and we're going to create mkdir server for backend and for frontend. So let's move to server, cd server, and create a new file, touch server py. We also need to install the Flask framework for quick API prototyping and Flask course, so our frontend will be able to connect to this server. So let's type python -m pip install Flask course, and Ollama library for interacting with our model. So after everything is installed, we're ready to create our API. So we're going to start with importing our Flask, our course, and Ollama. Now we're going to define app. It's going to say Flask name, and we're going to type course, and parameter is going to be app. So we're just applying our middleware. So first of all, we're going to create our get endpoint just to make sure everything is working. So it's going to be app route, going to be chat, method is going to be get, and our function is going to be def get chat, return JSONify. We're just going to say reply, hi, I'm an AI chatbot. Let's add a method that would run our application. So if name equals main, we're going to say app.run port 8000 debug true. Now let's run Python server py in our terminal and see the result. If we'll go to localhost 8000 and route chat, we're going to see reply, hi, my user chatbot. It works. So now it's time to actually define our post endpoint. So we're going to add a comment, create post endpoint, and process the data. We're going to say app route. It's going to be the same route /chat, but method is going to be post this time. And we're going to say def chat. And data is going to be request JSON. So basically we're getting our request from our client. Message is going to be data message, right? So that's kind of getting a message property from our payload. I'm going just to say print received plus message just in case to make sure it did reach our backend. And now the most interesting part is response equals Ollama chat, and our parameters are going to be model. In our case, it will be Llama 3. Messages are going to be role. It's going to be an array of objects like role user, and content is going to be our message that we just got from our client. So reply is going to be response, message, and content, and we're just going to return JSONify our reply. That's simple. This is our backend. I know, that's the easiest we ever done. Now it's time to work on our frontend part. So let's move to our client folder, cd client, and create a new Vite application. npm create Vite at latest. So we're going to proceed with installation. Our project name is going to be AI chatbot, and we're going to use React configuration and TypeScript. I'm going to install with npm and start right now. So after all dependencies has been installed, let's go to our localhost 5173 and see the result. Looks nice. All right, let's go back to our code. So for our project, I'm going to use Material UI components. So let's go ahead and steal this command from Material UI website and run it in our terminal. After everything's installed, we're going to clean up our app tsx. So I'm going to remove everything inside our return statement. Only we're going to leave our empty fragment tags. Nice and clean. Let's also remove all other logos, imports, and images. So let's install Tailwind CSS and import into our project. So I'm going to copy this command, npm install Tailwind CSS, and now we have to update Vite config.ts. So I'm going to import it and I'm going to add it into our plugins. So that should be it. Let's go back to our app method. And now we're going to create two React hooks. One is going to be capturing user history. So it's going to be chat history and set chat history. Basically, remember, if you use iMessage, it will be a sender, you, and receiver, like whatever you're talking to, right? So we will have something like that. We're going to have use state. It's going to contain an array of strings, and initially it's going to be an empty array. And the second one is going to be a message, right? So our current message for our current input, and it's going to be message and set message. And new state is going to be empty string. So let's create a new section that is going to hold our main screen, and we're going to say h1 ask me anything. Also, I want to add an icon from material UI, so let's select stars, import. I'm going to copy and paste it into our code on line 3. And now I'm going to use it in our section. Let's add font size large and color warning, so it's going to be nice yellow color. Now let's go ahead and run our application with npm run dev. So let's see how it's looking in browser. So ask me anything looks good. Let's create a new section that will contain our text field for input. But let's add class name my10 and main, and class name for our heading is going to be mb10, so margin bottom. So we're going to update our section for input as well. Let's add flex, justify center, and gap 10. Inside, I want to add text field. It's going to be material UI element and button. Let's see how it's going to look like in our browser. All right, button is missing. We forgot to add an ask label to it. So line 19, let's update it and add ID and some other properties into our text field. So standard basic, we're also going to add label. Type your question here. It's like a placeholder, basically. This is what our user will see. Variant is going to be standard, and class name, I want to y10, and width is going to be 2xl. And on change, we're going to set our message, our React hook, to event target value. So whatever our user will type is going to be our message. And also let's add another property value and display message. Let's go ahead and update our button. We're going to say variant contained. We're going to also add class name v-42.5. Color is going to be primary, and also I want to add an icon, send icon. Basically, it's also from our material UI. I'm going to add import send icon. So let's see how is it going to look like. All right, not bad, not bad. We can add more styles though. Our Tailwind did not work, so we actually forgot to add import Tailwind into our index CSS. So right now it's going to look much better. So let's check out our browser. Yeah, so you see we have our button is in normal width and our input. Also, let's remove all styles from app CSS and add margins to our section. So we're going to add margin top 10 em to our main container. So let's go back to our app TSX and add a new variable that will display an error. So set error and error use state is going to be empty string for now. Now our button is going to have on click behavior, right? And it's going to execute send message method that we're going to define. And this method is going to be responsible for sending our API to our backend that we made previously. So send message is responsible for getting our chat response. First of all, we want to add a parameter of event. It's going to be a specific React event, mouse click. And then we're going to say event prevent default. And we're going to say if message basically exists, right? And message trim length more than 0, very little validation, right? If it's not empty message. Else, we're going to set our error, you haven't typed anything. All right, in our message, what we're going to do, we're going to set our chat history. So basically we're updating our current array, right? We're going to say previously, we're keeping it and appending the message. And then we're going to construct a new object, user message, right? We're going to send message, right? Because this is what our backend expects us to see, right? To send them. We're going to say response, await, fetch. We're going to call our local API, so localhost 8000, chat. we're going to assign headers. It's going to be content type application JSON, because this is what we're sending. We're sending JSON. Our body is going to be this user message that is going to be stringified, JSON stringified. And method is going to be post, because this is what we define in our server. After that, we're going to set our message to, so kind of a null, server set message variable, back to empty string. And then we're going to say const data await response JSON. So we're basically waiting when our response will be converted into JSON. And then we set our chat history to a newly added message. So imagine you have like input, response, and all these messages going to be in our array. And then based on that, we're going to like separate them. So let's create header. And inside of this header, we're going to place div where we say AI chatbot, basically like a logo. And our div is going to have a class name, text left, margin is going to be 5, and font is going to be bold. So you can see it in the left top corner. All right, let's go back and actually display our messages. In curly braces, I'm going to say is chat history length more or less than 0. If it's less than 0, then I'm going to display ask me anything screen. Otherwise, I'm going to display section, and inside the section, I'm going to say chat history.map. And we're going to get message and index. In our paragraph, we're going to display this message. Let's just say else and cut our ask me anything screen. So that looks correct. And in our paragraph, I'm going to add key, index, and class name. We're going to have a if else, right? So if our index plus 1, if our number is odd, we're going to say it's user query. Otherwise, it's going to be response class. Let's see how it's going to look like. I'm going to type hi there, and you can see a reply from our AI. Hi there, it's nice to meet you. And now we're going to actually add styles. So let's update our section and call it a chat history section. And now I'm going to add it into our app CSS. And let's define height is going to be 750. And we have response class, and also we have a query class. And I'm going to define all of them and actually start our styling. So our query is going to have a background blue. I want to do it like a night message. Color is going to be white. Width is going to be, well, let's do actually max content. Max width is going to be 350 pixels. It looks like that. So border radius, padding 20 pixels, border radius 10 pixels. So it looks much better. So actually let's do padding 15 and 20 pixels. Okay. Also we want to do text align left, and margin left is going to be 650. Actually, let's do 750 pixels. So we're going to copy and paste everything and add it to response and change the background color to gray, and color is going to be dark. I'm going to update our max width. So width is going to be 50%, margin right, and now we're going to update chat history. So I'm going to add margin 1 EM. Looks good, but let's update margin left to our query, so it's 70% instead of fixed. And let's test it. Give me a recipe of a meatloaf. Looks good. For now, our AI chatbot is ready, and thank you so much for watching the video. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And for more content, check out my Telegram channel and blog. Links are in the description. Bye for now, and happy coding.